off right now. I already
See?
know. Yeah, we're talking about these bad storms and stuff.
And let me know what you want to do before we get
Yeah,
into this conversation.
you said what?
You said you have to redo the live?
Yeah, I'm sending. I just sent you the thing. Okay?
Oh shit. Okay. Well, it wasn't working.
It was, but I was trying to get it to where I can see and split it, but something it went away. I don't know what happened. So
All right. Is it working now?
it's gonna take a minute to come up because it'd be delayed.
Uh-huh.
I thought it would give me options
Well,
to
still,
select.
just work with us, okay?
Yeah, y'all work with us.
Would be a mess.
And food be smelling good. I smell food. I want to go
Oh,
eat.
you smell food.
Huh?
Well, who cooked for you?
One of my friends cooked, girl.
Oh, okay.
Being messy on this record. I'm glad my go live ain't working right now. So glad. I'm so thankful. You get on my nerves. Like, why is it not?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. Okay, we're just gonna go with. I
It
don't
says offline.
Man, just screw it. Like, I don't know. What's
Okay.
with it?
Well, we're streaming on Black Nostalgia on YouTube. So if you're tuning in, yes, we
Yeah.
are talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, one thing I don't know how to do is change the caption to where it just says live with restream. I don't know. I don't know how to do that yet on
On
YouTube.
here? Oh,
No,
oh,
on YouTube.
you.
Oh, do I do it here? Ha ha. Right. I see it now.
I'm
Okay.
I
Yo,
can't.
we do this every week, but I feel like whatever.
Listen, I be seeing so much on social media. People just, hey, we don't have a production studio. We don't have all of that. So you get what you get when you get with us. It's like we running this. We production, post production, we lighting, we stage all
Thing.
things. So y'all watch all kind of craziness on TikTok and everything that don't be edited, and that be the best. So
Period. Okay.
getting there though. But so yeah,
Period. Okay, so let's get into this episode.
yes.
Okay, without further ado. So the ladies arrive in Dallas. Well, first they take a private jet.
Uh huh.
Okay, did they take a private jet to all the way to Dallas? Yeah. They
Yeah.
Okay, so that was nice. That was a nice touch.
Uh-huh.
All the ladies seemed comfortable. Everybody was getting along. Who doesn't like a private jet? I mean, I would love to be on one day.
Right.
Um, we see them having conversations with the newbies, and one thing I will say is I don't see too much of the hazing of the new people like we used to see. Like the
Yeah.
women are not being petty in that way.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Um, so it might just be because it's K, Michelle, and Pinky, and they just don't look like no punk.
Yeah, they ain't gonna take that.
Yeah,
Especially neither one of them.
yeah, neither one,
Especially one or no, neither one of them.
neither one of them.
And they let
So
it know.
they get to Dallas, and we see that a lot of them missed the boat when it came to
Oh yeah.
the dress code because she said Dynasty, Dominique Devereaux. Like
Right.
y'all don't know Diane Carroll.
Right.
Like
Y'all don't know Dominique Devereaux, honey. I
I'm
mean,
young too, but like I remember,
come on. That is yeah.
Dynasty.
They are
So
clueless on that. I
clueless.
was so disappointed in them. I really was.
Yeah, but I was confused why it took so long to get to the house. Like, were they in Dallas? You lived in Texas.
So more than likely, they probably were on the outskirts of Dallas. So
Okay.
like we have here. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you have Atlanta, and then you have McDonough. So you don't
Oh, okay.
drive.
So sometimes it can take a long time,
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
traffic.
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I was like, why they're still in the Dallas area? I know they didn't leave the
Nah,
you know,
they were. out.
Dallas, Fort Worth, whatever.
Something like that. Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
that makes sense because I
Mhm.
was like, what? 3 hours? How did it
Oh,
take about 3 hours to
yeah.
get
And
there?
that was a nice place that she found, even though,
That was my next thing. So they
Yeah.
arrived at this estate.
Uh-huh.
One of the best houses I've seen on all the seasons on Potomac and Atlanta because I only watch those. But out of all of those, I was like, wow. And then
What?
so they show the main house, right?
Right.
Then they show the tiny house, which is not a tiny house.
Right.
It was just a single home.
Right.
It was a guest home,
That's
a guest house. I was like, this is
yeah,
amazing.
that was no
And
go.
then they show the pool house, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like
Yeah, right.
everything was nice, but
You said what?
of course, in true Real Housewives of
Somebody
Atlanta
gonna have an
fashion,
issue. Yeah.
somebody gonna complain.
Somebody gonna complain. And I was like, first of all, to talk about the house, the type of house it was, and like you said, I said the same thing. I was like, that's the best house they ever. But I was like, even though I know the producers or the show pays for it, but I was like, Cynthia, I'm sure it's Cynthia. Cynthia ain't gonna have y'all in no. What they said, the Airbnb.
That was a nice house.
that nice was that house was everything.
You know, sometimes it'd be twin beds, it'd be
Yeah, and that's what they were saying. They was like, I don't have to be in a bunk bed. I don't have to, and I was like, Cynthia don't play that. She
no, and I don't think she is malicious in that way at all.
right. She's
So,
definitely not.
so okay. So the way that it was set up, if you did not watch the episode, the main house housed like seven of them.
Yeah.
In their own private rooms, like they
Full beds.
In the tiny home, the guest house was a single bedroom place. So she gave that to Pinky.
Mm-hmm.
Pinky, I think that was a good choice because Pinky had already stated that she has never been on a girls trip.
Right.
K Michelle did too, but I feel like K Michelle has made a little bit more of an effort
Yeah.
to be around to get acclimated to the group.
Yeah.
So and she's been through that medical stuff recently.
Yeah.
So she probably wanted her like, okay,
yeah.
You know what I mean? You want you alone in case something happens to
you. You gotta be accessible. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So okay, Pinky's in that house. And then two people had to be in the pool house.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, who do I choose? And she chose the people who are joined at the hip.
Yeah.
Shamia and Kelly.
Yeah.
And them bitches was ungrateful. And I'm like,
I would have been cool if because we all in the house together. Period. We all gonna either congregate together, be together at some point. But I'm fine with having my own space. If we all cool, girl, I'll come over. But then go, child. I don't get it. Like you said, in true Real Housewives fashion, somebody got to be ungrateful or complain about something. And I'm like, I don't know. I would have hoped she had picked me, especially for that tiny house.
Yes.
Being there by myself.
But like if me and my bestie was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me and my bestie there, this is what we gonna do with the this is what we gonna do with the pool house. First of all, we're gonna turn the pool house into a cool house.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like, wow, we the turn up house.
Right. They're gonna want to come out there.
Yeah, we having a late night, midnight pool party.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have an event over there to get everybody to come to us.
Yep.
Then we get to go back to our own home and talk shit about everybody.
Yeah, right.
Debrief about the day.
Debrief.
You know, you see that?
Did you hear that?
You know what I'm saying? You can do that in that own space.
I would love that.
I would love that. And another thing that they said, I don't think they said it on this episode, but I saw it for a preview for the next, is that the chefs are doing all the cooking at the pool house. So she was like, my outfit smelling like sea bass. And I'm like, no, girl, you got first access to the food. You got the food gonna be in the fridge like the leftovers. You know what I'm saying? So when we we got the pool turn, I would have been excited. I'm sorry. Now the cleanliness of it, that was it wasn't
that what happened at a hotel. That happens that's why I don't like hotels. I think they're gross. but that will happen at an Airbnb. Shit happens, you know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
and then you
But
call the people, say, "Hey, it needs to be
yeah,
cleaned,"
not make
and
it a
that's
big
it.
old deal. And I'm
It
glad they
wasn't that bad.
right, and I'm glad they came to Cynthia's defense. They like, come on, y'all, it's Cynthia. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you really think she would? She didn't know. The only thing Cynthia would do was make it right, and she did. That's a classy woman. What y'all talking about?
All
They
we can
tried
do
it.
is apologize and call the host.
Hmm.
That's it.
That's it. That's all she can do.
And you want her to get on her hands and knees and fucking
All
scream?
right, you do it then. Like, what does she
Yeah, like
do it?
I'm sure they offered their showers. I'm
Hmm.
sure they offered everything. Like if it's really an inconvenience, but to
Hmm.
not show up for the three of them, K
Three of them.
Michelle
Hmm.
chose not to go to dinner because she didn't have glam. Shamia and Kelly chose to not show up for dinner because they couldn't take a shower.
Yeah, because the shower is nasty. I would have loved to
Dinner
see.
was at the house. So you didn't have to be dressed to the nines. It wasn't, I could see if you guys were having dinner outside of the home,
Hmm.
then it would be a issue. But you guys are talking about being on camera, but you're still on camera.
Right, right. But you know them. You
And you
know
want to
they
eat.
have to. You said what?
And you want to eat.
Yeah, and then y'all finally showed up. You know what I'm saying? Looking like it was just
Yeah,
obvious,
to be
like
nosy.
to
To
be
be nosy.
nosy, to see what people was talking about because they know that they was shady for doing that. Because at the same time, look, I would have said this. Look, I know I'm dressed, out of place, whatever. But we had a situation in our spot, so we still came. Like they
Mhm.
would have excused that. Like instead of y'all showing up without the theme, that was unexcusable because that was all in
Right.
the thing. But this is beyond your control. We would understand, hopefully, but then again, like I said,
No, we can't. We will understand because it's a fucking reality show.
right.
And I think we're losing the plot.
Hmm.
I think we're losing the plot. Here's the reality of the situation. And
Yeah.
I'm not a reality
Hmm.
producer.
Right.
I wish I was.
Right.
Because I would have tried to motivate them. First
Yep.
of all, if you are complaining, state your grievances
Yeah.
at the dinner.
Hmm.
Say what you need to say at the dinner so that it's on camera with everybody. This is the first group trip. This is a group activity.
Hmm.
All cast on
Hmm.
camera.
Yep.
We need you on camera to say this to everybody, not talk behind this person back and bring it to that's why, like, yeah, Angela was being a bone collector,
Hmm.
but that's what the show needs. You
Yeah.
have to know what
Yeah.
somebody's saying about you.
Right. Yep.
And then Tay Michelle, if she would have just had on her little wig like she did, put on some big old sunglasses, and go to dinner and be like, what's wrong with you?
What?
Girl, I ain't got my glam. I don't feel cute.
Right. Everybody would have understood.
So funny. That's what Portia, I feel like, would have did.
Yeah.
What like Marlo would have
Yeah.
done. That's what,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying. Some they would have
Absolutely.
still gone through with it.
Yeah.
Just said what it was
You
that was
said what
wrong.
it was, but
You know?
again, I think what it was is that because to be honest with you, like I know originally I said I like Kelly. I did for the first season. This season, I'm like Kelly, I get it. She's probably, going through what she's going through in her personal life, and I get it, and things come out how they come out. But her role she's having on this season so far, I'm like, I don't know. So her and I'm sorry, it's the zoo over here.
Mhm.
Um, so her and Shamia, they so messy to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so when I saw them both saying no, we not going, I get it. How hard would it have been also too? This would have been me. Who else in the house am I cool with that I can call and text or go into the house and say, hey girl, my shower ain't clean. Can I use your shower when you done? And I can go back to my house or my room or whatever and get dressed. But can I shower or can I get ready here? Why nobody did that?
Y'all hoes don't want to work.
Y'all don't want to work. And then again, I still stand on that. They really tried. I think they really tried to try to spin it on and make it look bad on Cynthia. But
Yeah.
people at that table had it together. And they was like, no, that's Cynthia. Cynthia wouldn't do that. Did you tell Cynthia? Even Portia was like, no, have you told Cynthia? I was like, okay, Portia. You know what I'm saying?
Because everybody knows she's not malicious.
Exactly. So that's what I'm like. I think that's what they were trying to make it to try to give something going on. But I'm like, all you had to do was you had options. You really did. You had options. You could me, like I said, either I would have showed up because I'm like, it's Cynthia. It's the first dinner of the trip. Like, come on, that's
Right.
how it go down. Everybody shows up. But
A
I
missed
didn't like that.
opportunity. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Y'all could have came across. I think that Shamia and Kelly have the potential to be the comic relief, to
Yeah.
be provocative, but in a wow, I can't wait to see what they do next or
Yeah.
hear
Or what they said.
next.
Yeah.
But their problem is they say it in confessionals, they say it in private to themselves,
Hmm.
and they don't do
Yeah.
nothing and when it counts.
Right.
And I feel like y'all turning into Debbie Downers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
For
it's
sure.
it's real whack because if you're
Yeah.
gonna be a Debbie Downer, at least do it on camera.
Yeah. Do it
At
on
least do
camera.
it for everybody. If you're gonna be mad because the other ones would have shown up for that, and
Hmm.
so they are really becoming spoiled
Yeah.
and losing the plot.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I was like, I don't know. I don't like what they're playing. You know what I'm saying? Their roles.
It's
I'll
not
call it their
working.
roles. It's not working, And it's so funny because I was watching today. Don't hate me or judge me. I've never watched Married to Medicine.
I don't watch it either.
Okay, okay, cool. Because the only like reality show I watch is Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I was like, you know what, let me just watch it, background for working or whatever. And I thought the show started because of some of the style. I thought the show started in like 2016-ish. No, it started in 2013.
Mm.
And but so that tells like so even watching it then, the first episode, the first season, I'm seeing like, yo, this is different reality TV. That's when it wasn't a lot of scripting. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I was more engaged and engulfed in that show than you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking forward to see, the episode 2 and 3 and stuff like that because I'm like, this stuff, well, it wasn't that scripted like that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It wasn't that like they had real chicks. The chick, she was from Memphis and she wasn't holding them up. You know what I'm saying? Because they, she was a doctor's wife, and they was like, we have a certain standard to live by or to be by, and she was just like, I'm from Memphis. Like, what do you expect, kind of shit? And I was just like, wow. And she was getting back with him, and then I was just like, you fast forward to today, like that's why I said you have people playing their roles because I'm like, it's scripted as hell for the most part. And I'm like, they gotta have a plot for it. But I'm like you said, I hope they don't turn into the Debbie Downers because they are. Because to me, Shamia is funny. She one of the funniest ones on the show for me.
She can be, and Kelly be making me laugh in her
Yeah.
confessional.
Mhm.
But if you don't say it in the confessionals, like call them people them names that you
Mhm.
call them in private, I would
Portia
love
and
to
stuff.
hear it. I would love to hear it.
Mhm.
Like on camera. Say
Yeah,
it to your
because I thought she was
family.
gonna say something to Portia when Portia sent those flowers to her, grand opening.
Right.
I was like, you had a perfect opportunity since you're talking all that noise, talking about, what broken flowers come from broken people and all
Right.
this other stuff. And Portia was like,
You
okay.
call them freaking frack whack.
Mhm.
Say that to their face so they can go in on you
Mhm.
so we can have a good little tennis match. I would love to see freaking frack
Yeah.
versus Ren and Stimpy or whatever. What's the name was called?
Who called it? Who called it Ren and Stimpy? Who
I
was
think
that?
Phaedra did.
Yeah. It probably was like, how she was.
Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Right. But, okay, so let's talk. So I want to talk about that with Phaedra. So
Okay.
the last two, episodes, especially like 4 and 5, I see why you don't care for her. I do. She's so messy.
She's not
Like,
good.
and I hate that for her because I'm like, come on, Portia. Like, I mean, now, Phaedra, I need you to come back like a little bit more. Yeah, you leveled up, but not in that way. You haven't leveled up in your character in a way to where you still like because a lot.
She's gotten faker.
You said what?
She's gotten faker.
She's gotten faker, and I'm like, well, what I'm seeing from her a lot is, she throwing rocks and hiding her hands in a lot of stuff. But now she was, I had to give it to her for when she said somebody was like, Phaedra said Pinky was eating meat,
Mm-hmm.
and they was like, yes, you did. And Phaedra said, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Technically, she didn't.
You didn't.
She
But
didn't. Because I was like, yes, you did. But then when they played the clip, I was like, nah, that's some stuff I would do. I'm like, I didn't say that. That's not what I said. You interpreted it that way. That hey, just because she opened up a Jamaican restaurant, she eating meat. Nah, she can just open it up and collect her coins and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but then yes, Phaedra been saying a lot.
she did say it in a shady way
She
too.
did.
Like,
She did.
girl, we had a Jamaican restaurant. Okay, and like, what is that? What are you trying to do? You know, so it was like she be shady just in a. She be pissing me off, and then
unnecessary shade
the thing
too.
about Shamia when and this goes back to episode 4 real quick since we're on Phaedra. When she was like, well, you know, Shamia doesn't like me. And she's like, what did I say I didn't like you? She was like, well, you said you talked about me as a mom. And she's like, when did I do that? And they played the clip and they asked Shamia a question.
Mm-hmm.
They said, if you had to pick one of these women, Cynthia or Phaedra, to be your child's godmother,
Mm-hmm.
which one would you pick?
Okay.
He said, well, everybody loves Cynthia. You know, we look at Noelle, and Noelle is such a, you know, she was bigging up Noelle.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't say anything negative about Phaedra.
Right.
Now, she didn't say anything shady. She answered the question. First of all, the question was shady. But she answered it in a way that it was like, okay. And Shamia has daughters.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
She has daughters.
Yeah.
She has sons.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. And if she's closer to Cynthia just has a different spirit. I mean, I personally would want my Tyson go with Cynthia.
Yes, please. Yes.
And no shade to Phaedra. Cynthia, can she be my mom? I mean, I love my mom.
Yeah.
I love mom. You know, I didn't think that was that wasn't saying that she didn't like her or that she was
right. She just got offended that she wasn't, you know, chosen. But that doesn't mean she doesn't like you. There, like you just listed a bunch of reasons why. Whatever her reason is what it didn't say. I don't like you.
Phaedra chose Cynthia over Shamia. So I'm like, girl,
anybody do that.
Phaedra needs to go.
Yeah, I honestly I don't see her being on for many more seasons. She doesn't fit
the main housewife, and she's not a main housewife.
She's not, and she's not. To me, it's when there's episodes where she's rarely in it, I'm cool. I'm not like, dang, where is Phaedra at? And you know what I'm saying? Like I would be if it was like a Sheree or somebody else that they
brings nothing.
Marlo.
The way you love Sheree needs to be studied.
Well, it does not. I'll tell you why. I think Sheree is a very beautiful woman. It does not need to be studied. It doesn't need to be studied. Oh my God, she is so gorgeous. That's why I like Sheree. It ain't gotta be studied. I tell you.
No,
she said no. No, she's pretty. I just think she's very pretty. But so yeah, so they're at the they have dinner. They're having dinner, and then Pinky
is going after everybody because of on behalf of other people, which I thought was just
she didn't to do all that.
Hangry?
You said what?
Was she hangry? Like what was
like where is this coming from?
Yeah, and so Angela asked, like, girl, you just seem bothered. Like, what's good? You good?
Yeah.
That's literally the energy that Angela was saying. Like, girl, is you good? Like, we're here to have a good time. Like, like, I'm not bothered by you. She's like, bitch, I wasn't talking.
I didn't say that.
She's like, I ain't talking about me. I didn't say nothing about me. I'm not. Oh, girl,
Yeah.
And you just giving her all of that, and so Angela gonna give it right back. So if you getting bucked, girl, okay, we wasn't talking about me, but now it seemed like we are. So let's go. When I tell you, Angela motherfucking Oakley ate Pinky Cole.
She did. I ain't gonna.
From the rooter to the tutor, and Pinky Cole was staying in it.
Yeah, she was going toe to toe with her.
She was getting whacked.
Yeah, she was.
Bow, bow, bow. When somebody can take what you say to them and flip that shit and put that bit back on you and hit you with something else
Yo,
harder. Oh God.
man,
And
that
she
was
said, I can throw a rock and hit 10 people you owe.
she did say that. She did say
And if you live in Atlanta, like we live in Atlanta,
yeah.
we remember, well, I definitely do,
Uh,
around Christmas when I think Bar Vegan closed
okay.
and all those employees were complaining because they
Oh,
didn't get
yeah,
paid.
because they get paid. Yep.
And she said, "You cancel Christmas. How you having a charity, a giveaway, and you owe people?"
No, what makes it really funny is Angela's tone. She don't be
She's
yelling.
calm.
She
No,
just it be calm. She be like, how? And it sounds so genuine, like she really want to know. Like it's not a rhetorical question when it come out of her mouth. It make you be like, no, for real, why? Because she sounds concerned, and so I need to be concerned too. How do you are having a charity? Like I love her delivery,
her
and
delivery is
then
awesome.
when she said, "Oh, I mean, she went." I said, "I ain't never heard nobody do insults back to back. Not like, like she was like, okay, Mister Clean, Papa Smurf." I said, "Oh,
Well, because she was like, "Oh, I owe you a new lace front." She said, "Oh no," she said, "Oh no, don't do it, don't do it, Mister Clean."
Papa Smurf."
First of all,
Yo,
Mr. Clean was crazy,
yo,
and
when
then the Papa Smurf in the reference
he
to
had
that
the
blue
blue,
outfit
and she little.
with the white hair. Oh, then she
Hey,
said,
when
"I
she
owe you
had
some
her
new
to-
veneers because
oh,
you're over, but you got an overbite." And she said, "Oh no, not with your teeth. That the way they be co-mingling, the incestuous teeth you have."
when I said
And
they were going, it was nice. It was back to back. I
but,
was
but
impressed.
wait,
What?
incestuous teeth.
It's just- that's not supposed to be
Yo,
going with teeth.
how would you say that? How would you think about that, Angela? Who? I know she be
Angela
eating
been
Charles
thinking,
up.
oh, you know she do. In a calm way. Oh, I
That
think she be
when I tell you when she said incestuous teeth, I was like,
she said, how you having a charity then? Oh,
she said something else too. Not just the teeth.
I gotta go back to that
That when
scene.
I tell you, I watched that so many
Yeah,
times.
that scene had me cracking up. I was in here laughing so loud trying to work. I was like, and I was sitting there, and that's when I was realizing, I was like, yo, they going back to back. I was like, okay, I was impressed. I
But
really was.
it was giving one of my favorite episodes, which was the Puerto Rico episode where Nene and Claudia went back and forth, and everything Nene said to Claudia, she threw that shit back at her. She's like, "Oh, with your spaghetti strap," she said, "You need less spaghetti in your diet." She said, remember when he had that 70s blonde wig thing on? And she said to Claudia, she was like, "What's wrong with the bob?" She said something about her bob. She said, "Well, what's wrong with her bob?" She's like, "Oh, nothing." She was like, "It's better than a hair hat." What is a hair hat?
Oh,
Claudia was
they're so
whack.
bad.
When Nene, like Pinky, Nene kept up.
Yeah.
She couldn't no more. And
Oh
then
my
like,
god.
girl, gone. Go. That
Yeah,
means
you
you see Nene going like this
oh
because
yeah, that's what that
Claudia,
was from. Okay.
Claudia was eating her ass up and did not call her out her name,
Yeah.
did not raise her voice. Same thing. Pinky was calling her all kinds of bitches.
Oh yeah,
Angela
that
didn't
wasn't
say
cool.
anything.
That wasn't cool. I was like, you
No,
ain't had to start calling that woman all kind of bitches and stuff. That's when I know I got you.
that's
Cause
when
you
you
mad. That's when I got you. I got you now.
You
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 mad.
call me a hoe, a
Yep.
bitch. start
Yep.
talking about my coochie, do
Yep.
anything like that,
Yep.
that is when you lost the argument. That
Yep.
is why
You
I don't
lost.
care what anybody says. And
Yep.
if you're watching and you disagree with me, I don't care. Claudia won that argument with Nene,
Yep.
and Pinky and Angela won that
Angela won that.
argument with Pinky.
She didn't cuss at her one time. She didn't call her that. Yeah, she called her out her name, like when she called her, Mr. Clean and
Yeah,
stuff.
but I
It
mean, she
wasn't
was
no,
already coming to her.
yeah, it wasn't nothing like disrespectful in the way of you really calling me out my name. So when Pinky did that, I was like, "Ooh, Pinky, no."
Yeah, Pinky, you calling her a man? Like, girl, she don't look like
She
no man.
did. She called her a man. I
Angela
was
is beautiful. So I'm like, girl,
like, Pinky, don't do
please
that.
you
Don't
pipe
do
it
that.
down.
Yeah, don't do
I
that.
feel like if Angela had short hair, she would eat that short hair.
She would eat it. This
'Cause she
season,
looks
she looks amazing. I mean, she looked amazing last season, but like you said, whoever her stylist is,
they are killing it. She's a
they're
pretty
killing it.
girl anyway,
Yeah.
but I think all the ladies are pretty. Let
Mhm.
me say that. All the ladies are beautiful in
Yeah.
their own way, but it's some that just stand out.
That just
And I think
like
Angela is
they
one
ain't
of
got to
the
do
people.
much.
Yeah.
Like what Pinky said to her, she was like, "Oh yeah," because she said something. I can't remember what she said to Pinky, but Pinky was like, "Oh, I bet you underneath all of that, the
Oh, she was
hair
like,
like
take off them lashes, take
yeah,
off
take
the
over."
lace.
I was like,
Girl.
why you think everybody ugly underneath that? You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got to compensate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Overcompensate because no, I know some y'all ain't gotta wear makeup.
No.
Hmm.
Um, she did mention something that I wonder if they're gonna revisit. She said that there was a woman in their basement.
Oh yeah, that's when it ended, ain't it?
It
It
was
ended on that, yeah, because everybody was like, "Huh?
well, what happened then? Who's in the
You
basement?
got a wife in the basement?"
I want to know.
They better bring it back this Sunday because I'm gonna watch it on Sunday night.
Yeah, I want to know because I mean, the way that people who are in Atlanta may have thought that Angela was just spewing things that
Mm-mm,
she
I
just
don't think
wanted
so.
to, but a lot of that stuff was real. A lot of that stuff about her money. So if she heard anything about a woman in the basement, it might be a little truth to
It
it.
might be.
Something, it might be some.
Because
And
she wasn't just throwing. That's one hell of an accusation. That's like when Phaedra
no,
said
it
what
ain't
she
like
said about I'm saying along that's a hell of an allegation. You know what I'm saying? That's a
yeah.
serious
I mean, she
allegation.
wasn't saying she got her locked up in the basement. She was just saying like, you got a sister wife.
I mean, if that's the case, then so the fuck what? If that ain't nothing to throw out. That goes to show you that some people really they ain't as progressive as you know what I'm saying. Some people.
Ooh, but did that come after the comment about Charles? Because remember,
Yeah,
Angela
oh yeah, she did. She
and
said that's why your
I
husband don't
still
like
have the
you.
man I got. She was
Yeah.
like, and I still have the man,
Hmm.
get the
Hmm.
man I got, or
Yeah,
whatever. When she said that
that
she
is
did
what
all
she
that
said.
stuff, and then
Hmm.
she said something about Charles, and then she said something
Yeah,
about.
yeah, she
So
did. She was
listen,
like,
anytime,
at least my man liked me. I was like, I mean, like I said, I get it to the outside eye. It does appear that Charles really don't be like fucking with her like that. But but that's their interaction. But however, Shamia's husband, now that's a whole different situation. That man was like, she was like, "Are you gonna miss me?" He was like,
I
I was
don't
like,
think he's comfortable on camera,
"Yeah, I don't think so."
and I think that Charles Oakley, and I could be wrong.
Mhm.
I don't think Charles Oakley would be anywhere that he don't have to be,
Yeah,
and the men don't get paid for
yeah,
the show.
right.
So I think he likes her more than we think. He just that's their dynamic. She
That's why I
understands,
said it's their dynamic.
and they yeah, like they just have a different type of attitude. And
Right.
maybe when the cameras aren't rolling, they're a little
Yeah.
bit more. They have their. You don't never know
I say
how.
his I mean, like, granted, their first season was last season, so I give everybody some grace. Yeah, he was a little stiff and whatever. I was like, because he probably it's invasive, you know what I'm saying? But he's a little bit better this season to me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like he's
more.
like
I
more
like Charles.
comfortable. Yeah, he seemed real cool. Like she asked him for the go half, what was it for 25,000 for her, her new business and stuff like that. And I hope her business does well because everybody be hot whether you got menopause, perimenopause, or not. You be hot. Shit. So I
I
hope her
mean,
fans do well and they ain't crazy priced to where we can like, girl, I get that on Amazon. Cause
right.
because the fan
But,
that she
you know,
has,
It got to be something special in it.
Right.
It need a little need a little mist
It
spray
needs
bottle in
something. It
it.
needs to not pull the hot air from outside, because that's all them fans do is just pull the air, and because I be like,
Right.
that's blowing hot air. But yeah,
Double as a home bank. I don't know. It need to do
it got to do something. And then I like, how do you feel? I think that was on episode 4 when Pinky waited so long to tell her husband that she was filing for bankruptcy. I'm like, why wouldn't? And I get why she didn't, because I'm kind of the same way. I'm like you got a lot going on. I'm not trying to
Mhm.
interfere in anything you got going on or whatever. But also too, you are my husband or you're my partner. You know what I'm saying? This affects our household. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like she should have said something. And then
Yeah,
his response was like, I'm like a husband would do. I got you.
like
Or
a good husband
a
would do.
good husband will say either I got you or we're gonna figure this out.
Yeah,
You
I
know what
did
I'm saying?
like
I'm not
how
gonna
he
let you go
responded.
out like that.
I loved how he responded.
Mhm.
But I agree with you. I feel like it was, yes, it's embarrassing to say, but that's your husband.
Right.
It would have been the other way around, and the storyline would have been he's filing for bankruptcy and he didn't tell her until the last
Hmm.
minute. I
Hmm.
think we would villainize him.
Oh yeah, we'd be like he hiding something. Well, he ain't been telling her. He ain't been truthful with her or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
Yep.
he broke. Oh, he da da.
Yeah.
It would have
Yep.
been a whole thing. So
Hmm.
I want to be fair in that.
Hmm. Hmm.
And yeah, I think she should have told him earlier.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
I don't know. I didn't miss Drew, even though Drew was in it. She barely was.
What did
Um
girl when they was on that bus though?
good.
What did it was something Portia said that I was like, what did she, I can't remember. I should have wrote it down, but it was funny because they kept calling him Mr. Telephone Man.
Oh
And
yeah.
then and then it was funny because she was like, yeah, he just really had a good time and blah blah blah. And so, she was explaining their situation and stuff. And I'm like, girl, yeah, he like you. You know what I'm saying? I get where he at. He likes you and he's just being patient with you and your situation, but you gotta hurry this stuff up with this dude because y'all been going through this whole situation for what, 2 years now? This man
It's
been
been
living in your
3. I saw
3
it said
years. Yeah,
years.
living in the basement. Man, that ain't no kind of life. But I don't know what y'all financial situation look like either.
Mhm.
It may be more feasible, especially in this damn economy. Stay
But
out.
now
I
she's
go
on
stay in
this stuff
somebody's
in the
basement.
house with
You said
all,
what?
like, she's been ordered to leave the house and things like that in court. Yeah, like that's
She's
going on
been
right now.
ordered.
It's going on right now.
No, she's being ordered to leave. Ooh.
And she's saying that like he makes way more money than her. So yeah, she don't make that much according to her. Whatever she said was her assets, but yeah. So
Oh.
because Black is rich, I just found out exactly who Black was.
Oh yeah, I knew who Black was. Black.
Oh, I didn't know who he was. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay. For
Yeah.
those of you who don't know, he owns the company Black Smoke.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a hookah. It's like a
Hookah vape.
portable hookah.
Mhm.
Yeah, hookah vape that's supposed to like not have nicotine and all these other things that make hookah bad.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so he's like
Yeah,
multi-millionaire.
based out of New Orleans and type
Yep.
of thing, and he been. I
Yeah, very
remember when he
smart
first
guy,
came.
very, very smart guy. I
Yeah.
wish he wouldn't have come on the camera looking like Kodak Black. And would have
But
come
then
looking
again,
like a
he New Orleans.
multi-millionaire, I guess.
Yeah, I already know. So when
I
I saw that, I was
guess.
like, okay. I
Master
mean,
P would never, but baby would. So
right. But yeah,
I
so
guess.
she was, on the phone with him, and then on the bus, um, I can't remember what happened on the way to the resort.
Oh, with K
With
Michelle.
K Michelle, they was like, you don't have his number. She was like, no.
That ain't my friend.
That ain't, yeah, that's what, and that ain't my friend. She was like, I thought
That
you, because the way spoke to him, I said right then and there, I would have just shut it down. Look, I don't know him. Like, this is what he has sent me. I haven't responded, and that's it. It
right.
ain't nothing. Like, you could, like, girl, I don't want him.
According to people, like he contacts a lot of celebrities and influencers and reality stars to promote his products.
Yeah,
So it could have just been something simple like that. Even if he is common, he's a man. So
yeah,
is he looking good? Hey girl, you looking good?
yeah.
Like
Keep singing,
whatever.
baby, or something. You
Yeah,
said to her,
it
yeah.
doesn't mean anything. But also, I before we got on here, I was watching on Roku. They have a Real Housewife channel, and so they're playing Atlanta season 13, and it was the Bolo episode, right?
Oh,
So I love the Bolo episode,
that will
but
always be memorable.
Drew, I forgot about this part. Drew is talking to Latoya, and she's getting mad at Latoya. She's like, "You're talking to somebody, and you're not even divorced. You're just separated. Like, what kind of vows you got? What kind of da 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 da?" Like, she is going in on Latoya.
Ooh,
Is not officially divorced. She's just separated,
yeah.
and I'm like, it's funny how the tables turn.
And it's funny. It is when you in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like this is what I say. Sometimes, like as we have seen and learned in previous years of seeing other people go through the situation, we judge them like, why would you? People gonna do what they want to do, whether they married or not. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna want to date. They're gonna meet somebody else. It's not as traditional, and I may catch some flack for this, but stuff just ain't as traditional as we used to expect it to be, because sometimes traditional don't work for everybody.
It ain't never been that
It
traditional.
ain't never been that
Better at
traditional.
fixing it.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm like, it's a fairy tale. Like, this should be done, this and this and this. I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But Jesus, sometimes, like my boy said, one of my boys said a girl told him, "You would be, a good husband, because he's going through a situation too. He's, separated and moving around or whatever." And she was like, "You would be a good husband." He was like, "I know, but I'm trying to, wrap this up." And she was like, "Shoot, sometimes you to get a good husband, sometimes you gotta steal another motherfucker." I was crying. Yeah, steal another motherfucker's husband. I was like, "Oh my God, you can't do that." Like,
I mean,
but like she was just like, "Hey, this is how I feel," and whatever. People do what they want to do, and
it's
it's, like you said, it's just weird how Drew to me has always been so judgmental. She's so judgy, and then now it's happening to her. Now she wants to justify it. She wants people to believe that we were just friends. And then they asking the right questions. Okay, so what's the conversations like after 9 o'clock? At night, what's those? Because them conversations get different. I talk to you different during
right.
the day when
Yeah,
I'm
there's
at work.
and we
Yeah,
cuddle. We did it. It's like Drew.
Drew, come on.
Drew is an actress.
Yeah, yeah.
Drew has been trained as an actress since a
She's
child.
so phony to me.
So
That's
they're
my point.
phony.
She's
Then she comes from a Jack and Jill type family, right?
Yep.
From what I mean by that, the Cotillions and the Jack
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Jills,
yep.
and
Yep.
her dad was a physician. Her
Mhm.
mom is a pastor.
Yeah, child.
So it's like she's used to lying
Yeah.
and taking the fall.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. You know them people.
Yeah, she used to that, but yeah, that's why I'm like, that's why I don't like her. She's so phony to me. I've never,
She probably
you
act
know,
like Carisha off camera.
probably.
Where the
Probably.
hood niggas at? Like I
Yeah,
feel
right, right.
like
Yeah, I
girl.
don't think she's so prim and proper and all that, because that whole put on to me makes her so unattractive to me. And I'm not calling her ugly or nothing
She's
like
a
that.
gorgeous girl.
She's a gorgeous girl, but I'm like, your ways just make you just like, I'm all set.
Mhm.
I'm all set. But yeah, so that was funny. I mean, it's like, Mr. Tell, I can't remember. And Phaedra said something funny too about it, but Portia said something, and I was like, Portia, why you say that?
I can't.
I gotta go back to it. I was like, why did you say that? But yeah, so yeah, this episode was cool. I really am interested in seeing what they got to say about the wife in the basement. Because if she might pop, I'm like, yeah, we got a third. Okay. And
Mhm.
then okay, what you gonna say about it? You know what I'm saying? Like if you own it, you ain't shame about it. Then granted, it ain't nobody's business, but everybody's business is gonna get out somehow, because somebody gonna know somebody, especially in Atlanta and amongst
Right.
elite circles and stuff like that. So somebody gonna find something out. You better start making them up, like this sign NDAs. But I'm telling you, once we start making money, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be doing crazy stuff, but just anybody that come to my house, like outside of y'all and stuff like that, yeah, you gonna sign stuff, because that don't mean I'm doing something crazy, but conversations may be had.
That's true. That's true.
You
Um,
know, so yeah, you sign this shit and shut the fuck up.
I think my favorite part of the episode though was Pinky and Angela having kind of a truce at the end.
Yeah, she was like, I don't want to argue with you.
Mm,
And I was like, you did all of that. You had to get something off your chest, Pinky.
she got ate up.
You realized you had to retreat and tuck your tail in the mid.
Wrong one.
Right, wrong one. Okay, okay. I don't want to argue because you tearing me apart, right?
Let's squash
Let's
this
just
right
squash it.
now.
Right? Let's let bygones be
And
bygones.
they were like, okay, girl, I was never mad. You
You started with me.
she said, girl, the same fake ass bitch to let you borrow my lash clip.
Yo, I remember that shit. That was funny. Then they go flip.
This is messy. I said, oh, these
That's it,
editors,
hell, man.
these editors. It was a great episode.
was.
It got me excited for the next episode and
can't
what's to
wait,
come
bro.
because my predictions is this is only the beginning. This shit's gonna hit the fan.
Yeah. I think it's gonna get
hit the
better.
fan.
It's gotta get better. So we'll be back next week.
Yep.
With the
Same
same
time.
kind of commentary. So, like I said, hopefully it's a good episode so we can enjoy the commentary going on about it.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So
All right.
thank y'all for tuning in. All right, girl.